Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video. So I've just managed to get this lawnmower for £10. It's a Lawnflite model 384P, I believe, 4018. And the interesting thing about it is it's actually celebrating its 30th birthday today. It's the 31st of July 2026 today, and it was manufactured on the 31st of July 1996, yes. Time flies. So anyway, yes, here it is. It's a bit dusty. I know absolutely nothing about it at all. It might just start up immediately and then it's ready to go again, or it might need a bit of work, but we're going to find out today. I might even restore it if I like it enough. It looks like a really nice mower. It doesn't have a grass bag, but it's got one of these nice strong metal back flaps, which I can't really open without forcing it. I don't want to damage those cables. But yeah, there we go, 4 horsepower, Briggs & Stratton, just a nice robust mower. It actually says MTD Products Germany on this one. Yeah, it's a very nice classic engine by Briggs & Stratton. I do like these, they're very easy to work on as well, because usually if it's just surging or something, it's just the diaphragm and gasket. Usually a very easy fix. So, yes, the handles do need to be set up because for some reason they've been dismantled. There's no self-propelled drive on this, but I think the best thing to do first of all is take a look underneath. So let's just flip it up. Let's have a look under here. It's not too dirty, it's not really caked up. It looks like it probably hasn't been used for quite some time though. And we do have a bit of wear, actually quite a lot of wear on the blade. But yeah, it doesn't look too disappointing under here. Like there's still some paint even on the underside. Hopefully they've not hit anything with it, otherwise it could have a bent crankshaft. But yeah, all seems fine so far. Let's have a look at the oil. I've just wiped it because obviously I just tipped it back, so it's nice and clean. In it goes. And okay, so it's not registering at all. So there is no oil in this engine. In that case, let's hope somebody just took it out to winterize it or something and they didn't let it all burn off or leak. I don't think it's leaked. It looks fairly clean. Oh yes, it's always a bit of a mystery when engines are completely empty. Well, it will never be completely empty, but not even registering on the dipstick. It's a bit concerning. Okay, let's have a look for fuel. The cap wasn't on properly, but it looks nice and clean, very clean and dry. There's nothing in there. Sometimes these primers need to be changed. Yep, looks like we've got a good contender here. It's slow to return. It's also not red, which doesn't strictly mean it's not genuine, but it probably isn't genuine. So yeah, I think I'll get that changed. But we might find we need to change the diaphragm and gasket, but we'll just try and at least get it running first. I'll hopefully try and get it running with the existing primer bulb, softening up a bit. We just need to see where we stand with this thing. So why does that cap not go on? Huh, interesting. There we go. So where I am in the UK, we have a hosepipe ban, so unfortunately I have to use a bucket of water to clean this mower. So, first impressions, as we know, are not too bad. It just really comes down to why there is no oil in it. So we are going to change the primer bulb. The air filter cover is a bit loose, but that's obviously nothing serious at all. There is a bolt missing from the front of the fuel tank, but I should have a replacement. So I'm just going to remove this top cover first of all so I can actually get that air filter box off. I'm going to have a look at the filter. Looks like it's just 2 that hold this on. Okay. So yeah, a little bit loose. This type of air filter box actually has a different lid. You can see it's got an actual recessed area for that cover. the air filter looks quite good. Bit of dirt on the outside of this housing, but otherwise not too bad at all. Yeah, just the usual dirt which you'd totally expect with one of these push lawnmower engines. Nothing out of the ordinary. Seen so much worse than this. I think it's been quite well looked after actually. These air filters are very cheap. You can get aftermarket ones as well, which I've never had a problem with. This one doesn't actually need to be replaced, it could be cleaned. And I think it's going to come down to what I'm actually doing with this mower, because if it needs to be restored, if I want it to be restored, if everybody wants me to restore it, then I'll just change this filter on the restoration. I can just clean it for now. But yeah, as you can see, the paintwork isn't great, but the metal underneath is perfect, really solid. So this would sandblast really well, and I could have it powder coated with a primer, because as you can see, these manufacturers, they just literally put the top coat onto the bare metal. They don't prime, but I could have this all taken back to bare metal, powder coated, primed, well, prime powder coated, and then yeah, it would be a fantastic mower, which would probably last forever. I've also been meaning to restore one of these classic engines. I've been wanting to restore one of these classic engines for quite some time. So, although yes, it doesn't look bad at all, I think this is a fantastic contender for a restoration. Anyway, like I said, going off on a tangent there, this air filter I will clean. But for the time being, we can put that to one side because this primer bulb needs to be changed. Now, Briggs & Stratton did actually sell a tool to remove this primer bulb and to install one, but they no longer sell it, which is kind of annoying because I wanted to get one. I keep looking around for used ones and I can't find them anywhere, but a screwdriver does work as well. And as you can see, that's the retaining clip. That's what holds the primer bulb in place. And now that I've squeezed it with the pliers, it's not even returning. So it just shows how rigid and old that is. Now, what do we have in here? It might just be a bit of water that got in when I washed it, although I did try to avoid the fuel tank. But that's fine, because we can just clean out in here. If we get a flathead screwdriver, we can run it around in there. I'll clean it nicely. And this is our new primer bulb. So you can see I can just push it in. Won't be able to push it in all the way probably, but it gives us a starting point. And then I can carefully finish with a screwdriver. There you go, 2 clicks. And that is priming. Well, it will prime very nicely. Returning nice and fast. Very springy. But yeah, they do, or they used to sell a tool. I don't know if they do anymore. I'm pretty sure they don't, but last time I checked, it was unavailable. Now I've made it dirty by using it with my dirty gloves. Ah, you can't keep anything nice, can you? Right, okay, so that at least will allow us to prime the fuel. So I've just given that a quick brush to clean it, and yes, you'll know from my restorations that I do not cut corners, but this is just temporary. There's no point changing it twice, because we don't even know if it's going to run. It might just burn oil. Nice and tight. Right, I'm going to have a rummage around in my spare bolts pot, see if I can find one for there. It is actually fairly rigid anyway, but best to have it. Yeah, so whenever I dismantle a Briggs & Stratton engine, I just throw any excess bolts into here. So I have to tip it out, but yeah, I'm sure I'll find something in here. That'll do. Now I think that's everything sorted on this side. with the exception of putting new fuel in, but we need to put oil in as well. So we'll do that, and we'll also have a look underneath, a proper look underneath, because I'm pretty sure, well, if it's got no oil in it, actually I can just tip it over, but I'm pretty sure that blade will need to be changed. Yeah, now that I've got better lighting, we can properly study this blade, and look at that blade. That is terrible. But as I said, the rest of the underside of this deck is pretty good. There really doesn't seem to be anything of concern here. And I don't think it's hit anything. So, well, if I get it started, we'll find out if it's got vibration. If it vibrates, then yes, it means that it's hit something like a manhole cover or even just a log, a bit of wood. It can bend the crankshaft. Perfect, just below that top line, well within the safe mark. So we'll put some fuel in. I'll put the handlebars back on. I don't know why they're like that, but they are, and we'll see what it does. And there we have it. So that sort of rattling sound is the plastic guard underneath, which for some reason is hanging down. All the more reason to restore this, to get everything rectified, to make everything perfect. As I've said many times in my videos, I don't want to do partial fixes, I want to just do everything. It's all or nothing. So either, yeah, this mower is now finished, or it's going to be fully restored. And I think, yeah, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I really do like this mower. I've never actually seen one like it. I know to a lot of people it's just a lawnmower, but there's something nice about it. I do like it. Lawnflite, classic Lawnflite. It is 30 years old now anyway. It has reached its birthday. You see, I think the thing about it is, a lot of mowers this age, they've just rotted away, and then they go to the scrap. They get scrapped, they get recycled. I think it's going to get to the point where I personally will have regretted getting rid of things like this. So I am very interested in restoring it, but I'm going to put a vote down below because I'm not going to do something which nobody wants to watch. So down below, actually no, what I'll do is I'll put it on my I put it on my community page. I'll put a vote on there, but I'll still put the link to there down below in the description, so you can find it nice and easily. Yeah, so should I fully restore this, where I rectify all issues, or should we leave it here? If we're leaving it here, then, well, it's been a quick, fun one, hasn't it? It's not been a very involved video, not very in depth, but I don't know, maybe some people like that sort of thing. Anyway, it's another video for you. Super busy restoring other stuff. It takes forever. This is just to break up the quiet period on my channel where nothing happens, but actually in the background I'm doing loads and loads of stuff. Right, currently I'm in the process of stripping down that Westwood S1200, ready for powder coating. That restoration will be coming early, well, probably like April, May next year. Anyway, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.